I read a book called My Beloved, and it was about a young woman going to the Carmelites. And everything about that experience was just attractive to me.
My memory is wanting to find meaning, is wanting to do more with my life than I was doing.
I interviewed at the Carmelites because that's what I had read about. And I knew immediately that I would never make it there.
So I began in the hospital work, decided that wasn't enough, went to Peace Corps, enjoyed giving, but there was always that nudge, so I went back to school.
The poor Clares were the other contemplatives in the same state, but in the southern part of the cities, the Twin Cities. And so I went to visit there, and it was such a contrast, the color, and they were happy, and it just felt like a family.
I knew I had to be somewhere where life was steady and consistent, and the flow of living in community was more accessible as opposed to doing a work.
God works in natural ways and through our desires. So it was something I always wanted to do and have no regrets. I lived in a monastery in Minnesota for 25 years. It was my Jubilee year. And our particular community in our federation had talked for many years about what we called the poverty proposal. And it was this sort of dream of living less institutionally, with fewer numbers so that the insecurity would be greater.
4 of us responded to that yes, we'd like to try to not have so many and live in not such an institution, but in a smaller area, much poorer, see what the Spirit of God was leading us to.
Our story was told to Bishop Ken Utner, who was at that time the Bishop of Saginaw.
He suggested to do something new. So we took him at his word.
And one of the beauties of living in a smaller group and in a home is that you can have more quiet, more silence, a silence that's meaningful. We do come together, morning prayer, midday prayer, evening prayer, and then we have a centering prayer, which is open to the public.
People will come and say, this is where I am, this is my concern. You know, just listen and hear me. And all we do is bring them the support and assure them that they're not alone.
We have people that call in with prayer requests from various parishes.
People will email us up to 20, 30 requests a day, and we bring these then to our prayer during the day.
Our involvement with the people in Saginaw is involvement through faith. They know us, and we've come to know them because yearly we go out to a different county to assure people of our presence and our availability for prayer.
We have experienced people coming to us in their deepest needs. We created something called the Fragrant Blessing Oil, which we offer to people. And what it is Christians praying with Christians, where they anoint each other and bless them and say, I'm praying for you, I'm with you.
In the evening, we have a contemplative, quiet, half hour at least time. People are welcome to come and feel themselves being companioned in prayer. Just lay your burdens or your joys at the feet of God there in the chapel and be renewed, be refreshed. I've met people and I think to myself, I want to know her God. I want to know his God. Probably what the followers saw in Francis and Clare. They wanted what they had. I pray for people, but actually I'm praying with people. and hoping that seeing a person like myself praying, giving my life to prayer, would be attractive enough to them to want to meet the same God.
I don't see life as just now. I see life as now and more and more and more. And we really are pilgrims, and the four of us are traveling together. And all the people that we meet on the road keep enhancing our support, and we're not losing each other. We're only gaining a stronger and stronger support system to meet our brother Jesus.
When I was in high school, I think it was my senior year, we studied an encyclical by the Pope, something about making the world a better place. That was very attractive to me. Well, now I see God's Spirit working in the world and working in me. It isn't me saving the world, but as a contemplative, I do still believe that I can, with Jesus, change the balance of love in the universe.